guys, welcome back to Actuaries and Creativity. I've been kind of away. I've been vlogging. I've been trying to vlog more. Yeah, so today we're talking about adulthood. As most of you know, I graduated from college and I am now like trying to navigate life on my own, being in a new city, just adulthood in general. So yeah, let's dive in. I want to start with, I guess, the good stuff or the greatness of adulthood, especially moving and coming to Philly and kind of just like having a new lifestyle, I guess, because college is very much different. You are no more under like anyone's jurisdiction. You are on your own. You are trying to figure out life on your own. You need to like live on your own terms and things like that. So yeah, let's dive into the good stuff. So I will say that the first thing that I think is going good right now for me navigating adulthood is definitely my work. I'll say that at the beginning it was a little bit harder, just because I wasn't like familiar with a lot of things. I wasn't sure of like I was getting a lot of like inferiority complex, because I'm like, is this the right place for me? Like, am I smart enough for this? You know, things like that. But now I think I have a better feel to like what I'm doing, what is expected of me, and like how to navigate my workplace, how to navigate people that I work with, and just to ask suitable questions. I think definitely 3 months or more than 3 months into your job, you should get a better feel to the stuff. You should feel better about yourself. You should feel better about your job and so on. And I'm so lucky to be working with amazing people. So that really makes up a huge part of my great experience at work so far. Yeah, and then the second thing that's like, I guess, going good so far for me is just I'm kind of getting a feel of Philly as a whole. Like, I'm now able to navigate stuff. I'm able to know where is what. I'm able to know what do I do if I need something, where do I go if I need something, what are the kind of like resources that I can use to the best of my ability to actually make the best out of the time that I'm here. And like at first I was so bad with directions, like my sense of direction in general. Ever since I came to the US, my sense of direction has been like all over the place. Like, it's not good at all. Like, I can't, like, I know how to use GPS, but even when I put in GPS and I have to walk to somewhere, sometimes I get so confused, because GPS also gets confusing sometimes. But then now I kind of have an idea, like the way the streets are like aligned, it's so structural, it's so systemic, so that really helps me a lot in like finding places and accessing stuff. So my sense of direction definitely improved. I know which side is which. I know where west is, south and north is, because when I first came here I was so confused, because it just looked like it's different from what I'm used to back home in Namibia. So my sense of direction definitely improved. I'm so happy about that, because I can actually walk to places. Most of the people in Philly or big cities in general walk to most places, because especially if you live downtown, like, it's easy to go around places when you know the stuff, and you can just like try to walk, because it will probably be the same time it will take you to like either take a bus, a train, or it might even take longer with a car. So there's that. And then I would say the third thing is maybe just like understanding how to handle my finances. I think at first you kind of get caught up with like everything going on. I'll say for me specifically at the beginning, it was sort of like, oh, I'm moving to a new city. I mean, I've budgeted for that. I had a sign-on bonus too that really helped with that as well. But I think spending so much in like settling down, and also when I first came I was with my cousin, I have to live with someone else and kind of put that or accommodate that in my budget as well, was kind of a little bit hard. But I think now that I'm settled down, my apartment is fully furnished, I think I'm getting a better hang of like how to handle my finances, and I'm finally like getting on the trajectory of like saving and putting money into my investment accounts and so forth. So that has been really going well so far. The fourth thing is, I guess, like getting a hang of the right things, or like I said at the beginning, sort of like taking advantage of resources. Like, I joined Bible study group, I go to church, I met amazing people. Hi Melanie, if you're watching this vlog. And so it's just like, it has been amazing. That aspect has been amazing. I think I've been growing like spiritually. I think when you live alone, you tend to be like either so much in your head negatively or so much in your head positively. So I think for me it has been both so far, and I'll talk about the negative aspect as well. But the positive aspect is just I've been trying to be more in touch with myself, being alone and just being spiritual, and kind of making decisions for myself and what kind of life path I want to follow. So that aspect has been really great for me, and I'm just so happy that I'm getting an opportunity to actually like build a wonderful community, because that has been one of my biggest prayers before coming to Philly, is asking God to help me find a meaningful community here, because it's definitely not gonna be easy coming here on my own. I think I got a better routine, especially with like studying, working full time, coming home studying, cooking for myself, trying to do activities or social life. So I've been really trying to do that, but that has been working out well because I've kind of built a routine for myself and saving time for my mental health, for work, for studying, and for engaging with people. And then let's kind of dive into the bad part, or like the challenges. I wouldn't say the bad part, I'll just say the challenges, because it could be just challenges I'm experiencing in this season of my life, but do not necessarily mean it's like the bad part about adulthood. So I would say the first thing is definitely the social aspect. I think when you're in college, like we are sort of conditioned to make friends through like classes, or like where we live, the hostels, the dorms where we live. But now it's a little bit harder. You can't really just make friends by association, especially because most people are working from home. I don't really go to the office. I go there sometimes just if I want to do something, or if I just really want a change of scenery, but most of the times I'm working at home, and so are other people, and so it has been really hard in that social aspect. I think when I first came in the summer, it was easier because I was with my cousin, we're having a lot of fun. I didn't really feel the need to like put myself out there and get to know people because I was with already someone. But I think that she left, it kind of hit me. I was processing the fact that I came here on my own, and I'm actually here far away from my friends, my family, and even with like holiday coming, with like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, I'm starting to think like, what am I gonna do for these holidays? I know there'll probably be stuff to do, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, do I really have to think about this when normally or usually it's automatic that I'll spend with my loved ones during this time? So that has been kind of a little bit hard, the social aspect. Apart from like COVID impacts of people working from home, a lot of people still don't feel comfortable really going to places, and same as well, I don't really feel comfortable going to like just anywhere. I try to go out, but not like just anywhere. So that has been a little bit hard because you don't really meet people. That brings me to my second point, which is like safety. From Iowa, from a small city, and so I didn't really have to think about like safety. Well, it's not safe anywhere, especially as a woman, but I think it was even like better in Iowa because like you are surrounded by people who go to the same college as you most of the times, or people from around, and it's just easy to build that credibility with one another. But in big cities it's different. You know, you could meet someone whatever space it is and still go home and be like, am I really safe with this person? Am I even safe with them knowing where I live? You know, so most of the times there's just like that doubt and like safety aspect where you're like, do I feel safe? Do I feel safe going to this place? Or like even taking public transportation at night, things like that. So that has been a challenge that probably goes into my first point of like building social connections and so forth. So yeah, and then the third challenge I would say goes back to finances as well. As much as I've now gotten a hang of like how to handle my finances, I think there's also a part of like budgeting that's just a little bit hard during adulthood. I think in college, with like the little I'll earn from working on campus or like other like source of income, maybe taxes or whatever, I think it was easy to budget because you kind of always knew how much you're getting. Well, you still know, but like you knew how much you're getting, and you didn't really have much to do because you are in college. You're mostly like in class or doing stuff, unless you're using money to like pay your bills. Like, and bills, I'm talking about like phone bills, not even like big bills. But now it's like you have home internet, you have rent, you have to make sure you have enough food at home, because in college you can have your room with no food because there's a cafeteria, you can eat in the cafeteria, you can survive on other sources of food, but now you have to like sustain yourself, and if you're not careful you're gonna end up in a really big ditch. So that's the challenging part, is just like learning how to budget. I think at the beginning, like, my budget was a little bit off because I was budgeting on a monthly basis, but then my income was coming in every 2 weeks, so the bi-weekly pay. And so I struggled because I feel like I'll budget, okay, this month this is how much this is going to that, but then when I get my deposit check, I'm like, okay, what do I use this money for? Do I pay, which bill do I pay for, and stuff? So I've kind of tried to navigate that now. I think it's better now because now what I'm doing is, the sun is just making my skin glow. Anyways, excuse me, got distracted. Anyway, so right now is just kind of what I do is I look at, like, okay, my first paycheck of the month, what kind of bill should I incorporate in my first paycheck of the month? Because not every bill, for example, you pay at the end of the month. Some bills you pay in the middle of the month, like early on in the month. So that's how now I'm budgeting. I'm like, okay, the first paycheck, it's mostly like, is it savings, investments, leisure, and maybe like few bills that I pay at the beginning, and then maybe the last paycheck of my month is like the big bills like rent, internet, and so forth. So yeah, I think I got a better feel in terms of that, but I think it's still a challenge sometimes because, for example, there are some months where you get paid 3 times and you're like, because 3 times because of like the whole bi-weekly pay. So if you count, it's like 3 times, and you're like, okay, like, how do I budget this? It's more than what I expected, but also you're like trying to plan for the future. So it's just, yeah, it's complicated. But my thing is just, I think it's just the perception that I have with like paying monthly bills and getting my pay on a different basis has been a little bit hard with budgeting. And yeah, so there's that. And then another challenge, I think, ties back to the social aspect. Yeah, guys, I know I'm talking a lot about social aspect, but I think for me, that has been the biggest challenge. So hard to imagine like starting your life all over in a new city, no family, no friends. But I guess that's what life is about taking risks, it's about going for what you want and going after your dreams, even if it means sometimes getting started on your own. I'm already far away from my biological family, and now I'm like far away from like family I've created in Iowa, my host family, my friends. And so it's just like hard sometimes to imagine how I'm gonna have to start over, especially making friendships in adulthood. I feel like it's hard, guys. It's hard because you have to be intentional and proactive with meeting up with these people. You have to be intentional and proactive with just like making each other feel comfortable and building that trust with one another. So yeah, I'm just though happy so far. Like, I've been meeting people, I've been meeting some of my colleagues, so that's really great. I've been meeting people too, and it's also winter, so it's not really like friendly to go out right now. So sometimes it's just like really my place, watching TV. I'm just in my place doing other stuff, studying and working. So that's basically it. Hopefully when winter is over, I'll start to be more outside and just get to know more people as I go. But I'm also trying to be patient with myself. I'm telling myself that I'll be here for a really long time. I don't know yet for how long, but I'll be here in Philly specifically for a really long time. I'm not planning on moving anytime soon. So I'm just being patient with myself. Like, there's time for everything, and there's also time that I'll meet other amazing people. There's time that I'll meet people all over. I'm just like chilling right now and just like being myself, and like I said, focusing on my spirituality, my studying, and my work, and whatever comes in terms of the people I meet. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. For my new subscribers, welcome to my channel. I'm sorry that I didn't welcome you at the beginning, but I hope you continue to stay on here. Just continue to support this channel, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.